Morning everybody. It's lovely down here in Cornwall. We're early in the morning. Tom's just coming in, sorry about that. Early in the morning, I thought I'll get it done before it gets too hot and sticky because it's going to be a real hot day today apparently. This is your block 2 for Witter Quilt 11. Very traditional, and it's a heart as requested, and I can't honestly say who requested that now, I can't remember. It's taken me a little while because I had an art exhibition last week. And so whilst I was there and sitting in, I was doing some hand stitching. So I've done these blocks, the heart block, by hand. Okay, so all it is are squares and half squares, or half square triangles, or whatever anybody wants to call them. I think you can see you've got a blue heart there surrounded by pink. And because we said we were going to do 2 of each, I then reversed it. And you've got a pink heart there surrounded by blue. Okay, obviously the more strong your colours, the more your heart will stand out. Okay, so because I was going through the bucket of colours that I was given, the fabrics that I was given. Also, I wanted to match it into last week's, the poppies. So I've been using the same sort of reds and things in there. Okay, so that's that. Now, how do we do it? Because I was doing everything by hand, hang on, I made myself some templates actually, and I did it the good old-fashioned way of drawing around my templates, which will give me my sewing line, and then adding the 1/4 inch around as I cut it out for my seam allowances. So on the back you can see there lots of lines and things, but that'll all come out in a wash, it's not a problem. Okay, I do love hand stuff, it's what I love teaching as well. Obviously I do all the machine stuff, but hand is where I started. So I quite enjoyed that, and it is going to mix hand with sewing machine work within the quilt. And there are those that will say it should all be one or it should all be the other, and ideally yes, yeah, but do you know what, I don't think anyone's going to notice by the time it's quilted. It'll all look good. The seams can look a little bit different between machine and hand, that's all, but actually, as I say, once it's quilted it will be fabulous. All right, so how do we do this? Excuse me, it's Euro. I've done you a little diagram that I'll put a photo on. So you're using 3-inch squares, okay, plus your seam allowance. So that's nice and easy, isn't it? So that's all your square. Well, there's only 2 squares. They're bottom corners. Okay, so that's that one. And then because I was doing by hand, that's my triangle, which is half of, and I'm drawing around that on the back of the fabric, adding the 1/4 inch. If you're going to do machine, what you could do is cut a 4-inch square and cut it diagonally. Okay, and that will give you extra seam allowances. All right, so what you then do is lay everything out in front of you where you want it, so you've got your design, yeah, and then start joining them in strips. All right, so strips. So I do a little square first, so the 2 half triangles I put together first, trim them, make sure they're 3.5 inches square when you've done, which is your 3-inch square plus your seam allowance, because when you do the machine cheats version of this is a square, chop it in half, join it, sometimes they come out a little bit bigger. Okay, so bear in mind, join it so that you've got 4 squares is what I would do. I would then trim all 4 and make sure they're 3.5, give them a quick press, trim them, and then I would join square to square to square to square for a strip. So that would be your top one done then, and then I would repeat the process with the next 3 lines. Okay, take your time, make a square, press, trim, join them all together for a strip, and then you can join a strip to a strip. Okay, and then when you've done your next line, you then join another strip and then another strip, and you'll be done before you know it. Okay, but it's quite fun actually, especially when you've got lots of fabrics like I've been using, rearranging them all. I spent hours just, oh, does that one go there? Does that make that look like a heart? Is it dark enough? Is it too light? I spent hours playing whilst I was down there at the art exhibition. What I would say, what I do, I'll lay everything out how I think it's going to look good. If I'm not sure, I take a photo with my phone. And then when you look at that picture, that photo on your phone, if there's something in there you don't like, it will show and you will know, and then you can change it. It's quite amazing. Very good tool. I don't know however I did without it for many years. So I love my phone photos. They're really good. All right, so that's it's a very traditional heart block, because I said we were going to do traditional within our Witter Quilt 11. I just lost 7 of them somewhere. Never mind, 7, 8, whatever. So block 2. Now, block 3. Any ideas? Any requests? What do you fancy doing? I know somebody said a star. Well, I can soon do a star for you. But if there's anything specific you would want in that 12-inch square, in that block, let me know. And then I'll make the next block for our quilt. Okay? We're running to, for those of you that have not seen this before, I did out a little bit of a plan, okay, of an overall quilt. And we've decided that we need 8 different blocks, 2 of each. All right, so we've done 2. There's a few more to go. All right, there we go. That's it. That's your block number 2 for Witter Quilt 11. Whilst I'm here, I will just mention it's Festival of Quilts next week up in Birmingham, the NEC. I'll be on the book stand there, so hopefully if you're in, do come and say hello. Tell me who you are, because although I might recognise a face and think, oh, I know you, I won't remember the name because I'm horrendous. And what I do is recognise all your names on Facebook when you're liking things or commenting. So that would be lovely. So if you are up at the festival next week, do come and find me on the book stand. I'll have all of my patterns with me and some kits and a few bags of stuff for everybody. All right, so that'll all be on the book stand as well. So come say hello, won't you? Okay, and then one quick shout out. We've got Plim Quilters, Plim Peacemakers exhibition coming up next, yeah, in about 3 weeks time, 2-3 weeks time now, the end of the month, up at Yompton. If you're in the area, okay, please do come in and support it. They do fabulous shows, they really do. And I shall be there both days. I'm their trader for the day, or 2 days, so I'll have fabrics with me, and again all the templates and patterns and some of my cards. There'll be all sorts of things, so that would be lovely to see you there as well. Okay, there we go. So it's gonna be a hot day. Enjoy yourselves sensibly, safely, drink lots of water, as they say. Okay, all right, and one thing left to say is ever be lovely.